Okay, 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 okay. Cousin D, are you there?
What's up, everybody?
Oh, Cousin D, you're frozen.
I'm here.
You're frozen.
Am I really?
You are.
My camera's working just fine on my end.
All right, you're moving now.
Moving.
Now you stop moving.
It's frozen.
Now
You're frozen. You're frozen.
I'm not frozen. I'm moving.
Your thing is frozen. I'm not frozen.
I'm looking. Okay, we're not doing this tonight. We are not doing this tonight.
All right. So
Here we go.
maybe what happened was your thing messed up.
My thing didn't mess up. My thing never messes up.
It's
You're the one with the crappy internet right now.
I think it's on you.
You're not even moving right now.
I mean, I'm at a hotel. What do you want from me? I'm at a hotel.
Bring a Wi-Fi with you or something.
I'm at a hotel.
All right, people. So people,
What?
You can.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a personal Wi-Fi system that you can set up for yourself.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a little box that you bring with you. Of course, it's on a service because you have to get internet to it. You can cut it on or plug stuff up to it. It gets its own personal internet or whatever's connected to it, whether it be Wi-Fi or personal device. And boom, look at that. The more you know.
Got it.
And you're not moving. You're not moving. Your picture looks clear. You're just not moving.
Am I not moving again?
No, you're not moving. We can hear you just fine.
Wow.
We can hear you just fine. All right, so here we go, people. We're gonna get this show on the road. If he moves,
well, that's the essential part.
Yeah. If he moves, awesome. If he doesn't, just as awesome. As long as you can hear him clearly, that's all that matters. Cousin D, how are you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How's your week been?
My week's been pretty chill. I got a bunch of stuff done last week. They had me out at a different site. I got a bunch of stuff done last week. I was a little bit closer to home, so that was nice. I was able to chill out over the weekend, play some Dungeons and Dragons. That was real fun. Yeah, I had a generally good time.
How did you enjoy Dead by Daylight?
I was back for Friday Night Zombie Fight. Yes. It's a horrible game. It's an absolutely trash game.
Was it trash? Was it trash because maybe you were feeling a little under the weather, or was it trash because you didn't know what you were doing?
Both. I was definitely not sober the entire time, so that's a thing. But it's also trash because it's just trash.
Why is it trash? Please, let's unpack this. Why is it trash?
All right, I don't like the mechanics of the killer and him attempting to slash.
Okay.
It's just very clunky. I mean, and I get that it needs to be clunky to give the other people some type of advantage within the game.
Sure.
But it's extremely clunky. I wasn't a fan. But the concept of the game, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal game concept.
See,
absolutely amazing.
I think where the heart of the game lies is being the survivor rather than being the killer. Like, sure, some people like being the killer because that's what they do and it's fun. But the fun part about it is being the survivor and linking up with other people and trying to get stuff done without getting each other killed. I think that's the fun part about it.
Being a survivor was definitely a good time. Working with everybody, like everybody panicking for when you could get somebody off the hook, and when you that was really, really interesting, trying to get the timing and mechanics of it to be able to free somebody, not die, go on about your business, and actually survive. Yeah, that shit was wild. That shit was wild.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have introduced Cousin D to the world of Dead by Daylight, and he is hooked. He doesn't want to admit it. He probably won't ever admit it, but he will definitely play it again if asked to do it. Don't let him fool you, people. He will definitely play it again.
I will play it again out of my loyalty to Friday Night Zombie Fight.
How about you play it next time in a less inebriated state? Let's start there first. Maybe that'll help your playing experience if you play it in a non-inebriated state. That we can actually know what you're doing and actually enjoy yourself.
No promises. I make no promises. I get inebriated about once a week now, so because I'm doing all this work traveling. Trash. So that once a week, I gotta account for everything. So I don't know. I can't make you any promises.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Cousin D, everybody. Cousin D, everybody. Just when you thought things were going to be better, they're not. Oh, now your sound is gone. Hold on. Is that me or is that everybody? Hold on. Oh, now your sound is gone. Let me check my playback.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hold on. Is that me or is that everybody? No, that's just you. What's going on, Breach? How you doing, sir? D, I don't know what happened to your sound, buddy. Oh, dear God. So just to let everybody know, Cousin D is in a he lives hotel to hotel based off his whatever job he's working this week. I don't know if he has the same job or not, but he has a job, quote unquote. So sometimes the hotel internet service may not be as good as we would like it to be. Unfortunately, this appears to be one of the lesser hotels that he has stayed at thus far. Press, what's going on, man? Hello, Shelly Jelly. Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard to the podcast, to the Blerd Tribunal podcast. Cousin D is having some audio difficulties on his end. Can you hear me, D? Okay, I can't hear you, dude. Like, I see your mouth moving, but I have no sound. Let's do this. Disconnect the call and come back in. Okay, he did. Okay.
Is that?
There we go. There we go. Better? Cousin D is back, everybody.
All right, cool.
Everybody say hi to Cousin D now that he can actually respond back to you and talk.
What's up, everybody? Let's get these shout outs done.
Yeah, let's get these shout outs. Give me a shout out for Breach, Prez, and Shelly.
Yeah, I got you.
Jedi's in the house. What's going on, Jedi? Getting the usual suspects. Prez, how is Tales of Arise? I saw y'all playing it last night. Well, I saw you playing it last night, and I saw they have a demo for it, and it's still pre-ordered. How is that? Is that any good? Is that worth my time?
Hey, what's up, sir?
We're getting everybody in the building. So while we're waiting, Cousin D.
Yes.
Do you realize that it is the most wonderful time of the year?
It's football time.
It is football
Absolutely.
Time.
It is football time. And I'll be the first to admit, I don't even watch football as much as most people, but there's something about football season. It's just like, it's different. I love football season. I fucking love it.
Football is the greatest sport in the world. Let me take that back. Football is the greatest American sport.
You know what? And I will let that one ride. I'm not even gonna argue.
Allow it.
I'll allow it.
Football is the greatest American sport. Football is better than baseball. Football is better than
absolutely.
Football is better than basketball. Football is better than hockey. Football is better than American soccer. It's the greatest. It's the greatest sport. And as much as we complain about, the Panthers did win today. Go for NC.
That's right.
As much as people complain about the politics and everything going on in the
they're
NFL,
my honorary team too.
You can't have more than one team, D. You can't.
I can't have an honorary team too. All right. I lived in North Carolina for a significant amount of time, and I fell in love with the Panthers. I fell in love with them.
What is a significant amount of time?
Go ahead. About 3 years.
That's not significant. That's like you're passing through.
That's 10% of my life.
You do realize you're gonna keep living unless you're gonna like kill yourself tomorrow.
Well, it's 10% of my life.
That percentage gets smaller as you get older.
10% of my life. 10% of my life.
When you're 40,
they're my honorary team
when
too.
you're 40, it'll be 6%. Are you still gonna say that's a majority of your life there?
You know what? I'm gonna let it ride.
Trash.
I like the Panthers, and I've always loved Killer Cam, and now the Panthers' former head coach is my head coach. Like, it feels like it's all lining up. It's like the universe wants me to like the Panthers, and I'm okay with that.
So why not just ditch the crap teams you like now and go for the Panthers? Let the Panthers be your team.
Sorry, you lost your season opener too, and last season we beat you twice and won the division. So if my team is crap, your team is absolutely crap. Don't do that. Don't start. Don't you dare.
I never said we weren't crap. I've never once even stated out of my mouth that we were the bomb. I will be the first person to trash my team before anybody trashes my team. But what I'm not going to do is let you think that the football team is better than the Cowboys. That's what we're not going to do today.
We are better. We beat you twice last season.
So you're living in the past. So that's what we're doing.
Well, until you beat us, the last time we met, we were the better team. So
okay,
prove me wrong.
Fair enough. Garbage. People, question of today. People, question of today. Who is your football team? It's a simple question. We're not going to do anything in depth. because we have a great topic today that I want to take some time to talk about. So we're not gonna get any crazy in-depth things right now, although we like to still have fun. But I would like to know, who is your football team? Put it in the comments. Football team. I know Shelly Jelly's North Carolina, so she's Panthers. Cousin D is the football team, the team with no name for some strange reason that can't figure out what they want to call themselves.
They won the division last season. All right, cool.
We'll call them that then. The team that won the division last year and didn't win
the NFC East Division champions. That's what we are.
Fair enough.
Okay.
For those who
That's what we are.
For those who tuned in to the stream on Thursday, I am a Cowboys fan. Shout out your team. Let me know. I forgot. I know Jedi said what his team was, and I can't remember what he told me it was the other day.
I think he said the Niners, right?
I think he did say 49ers.
Yeah.
He said,
I think and I want to say he even had like a cousin who played on the Super Bowl team for the Niners or something like that.
I believe he did say that. Good, you got a good memory.
I try, man. I try.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, come on, people. Shout out your team. Let me know who you like in the NFL. And if you want to, in 10 words or less, tell me why your team is not going to win the Super Bowl.
Right. My 10 words or less, because Tom Brady is in the NFL. There we go.
Because Tom Brady is in the NFL. You know,
NFL is one word.
I know.
NFL is.
I know. And I counted it. I really didn't count NFL as 3 separate words.
You were. I was like, bro, he is not. He is not. Oh, man.
I was about to say, you're pushing it, buddy. You're pushing it. Those may be too many words.
Oh, my goodness. Virginia public school system.
Hey, man. Chesapeake
killing it right now.
Leads from the front, baby. Chesapeake public schools leads from the front.
I went to Norfolk Public Schools, so you know we're rough. We're rough out there.
Exactly.
Rough in them streets.
Y'all try to act like you got sense, but you don't.
No, we don't. We ain't got no good sense.
Damn, look at that. Nail on the head. F them all. Such language, Shelly Jelly.
No, he did. She said NFL. That's what she was spelling what you said. NFL.
Oh, I looked too quick.
Yes, Shelly.
I would look too quick. I thought you said F them all.
Oh, man, no. NFL. Wow. Hey, that's apparently how you spell that.
What was the joke? What was the joke from a couple of years ago when it was on Inside the NBA, and Charles Barkley was like, no, Kenny Smith was like, hey man, talk about the game coming up tomorrow in 3 words, and he was like, Chris Paul, Steve Nash, must see TV, and he was like, Charles, that's not. He said, Charles, that's not 3 words. What are you talking about? Let me see if I can find it real quick, man. Hold on. Man. Let me see if I can find it real quick and let that play. I know you're not gonna be able to hear it. I know you're not gonna be able to hear it until it replays on the stream, but I want people to hear it.
All right.
It was the most incredible thing. Steve Nash. There we go. Steve Nash, Chris Paul. So if y'all haven't heard this or not, I'm not gonna play the whole thing because it's about a minute long. I'm gonna try to get to the good part. Is it this one? 2 words. He has him say 2 words. Hold on.
3 is what you said, right?
That's about right.
Okay, good. Of course it's gonna.
Not like don't you ever get?
Let me skip to it.
You already know this, but the Lakers coming up next. We put these little. Here's just an example of what happened tonight and why these always go so smoothly.
All right, here we go.
I got 2 words for you: Steve Nash and Chris Paul. Must see TV.
That's more than 2 words.
You didn't say 2 words. You said quick to the point.
You just said I got 2 words. Steve Nash and Chris Paul must see.
That's why I messed up, because I was trying to think of 2 words.
My man looked at the camera.
Wow.
My man,
wow.
You looked at it yourself?
No, I just listened to it. I unmuted the stream so I could hear it.
My man looked right into the camera and said, I got 2 words for you. Chris Paul, Steve Nash, must see TV.
You know what? It's too. No. What he was saying. You misunderstood. You know the song 2 Words by Kanye with Mos Def. He was doing that kind of 2 words. 2 words. Chris Paul, Steve Nash, must see TV tomorrow night. Yeah, you know that's what he was doing. It's all good. You just miss.
So TV's 2 words now.
Yep. Damn. Damn.
And you want to talk? And y'all want to joke me? Y'all give Cousin D that same energy for putting TV in 2 words.
I know how to spell it though.
Yeah, TV. T-E-E-V. That's how I thought you were going to put up there. You nerd. You
TV.
nerd. Trash.
Oh man.
Whatever. All right, guys. So here we go. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next segment, to the second best segment there is on this podcast. We are now about to play games that Cousin D has never played. Oh my gosh, not a music ain't playing. This podcast is trash. This podcast is chickadee trash, son.
Man.
This show does what it wants to do, regardless of what I want to do. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Here are the
We need
rules, people.
interns.
I do need an intern.
We need interns, bro.
Yeah, I just need somebody to put this whole thing together for me so I can just wake up and just go to it instead of doing it myself, because apparently I'm an idiot. All right, people, for those who have not seen this segment before, as I always like to explain, because I never try to give D the benefit of the doubt, but he deserves it sometimes. Cousin D is a man of culture. He is for the culture. He is a Blerd true and blue. But for some strange reason, Cousin D does not like to play video games that came out before he was born, which is a tragedy, because there are some great games out there that Cousin D will not play simply because it's like 6-bit graphics or 8-bit graphics. Who cares? It's a great game. I digress. So what we've done over the course of Cousin D playing games with us, we've thrown out various games and like, oh, you remember this game? You played this game? And consistently Cousin D says no. He has said no to some classic games, people, that you will be so disappointed in. It's ridiculous. So I have now finagled that shortcoming into a game that I like to play every week called Games Cousin D Has Never Played. For those who don't know the rules and are too lazy to read the rules on the table, let me read it for you. I'm going to pull up a game. The game is never something that is like so obscure no one's ever heard of it. These are classic games that everyone should, and I use the word should very lightly, should have heard of. Here are the rules. If D has never played the game, you take a shot. Now, I know not everyone's a drinker, or not everyone likes drinking this late. So, whatever your poison is, or whatever your passion is, if you want to drink something real quick, take a shot of your drink. If you got water, do some water. Soda, milk, who cares? You got some favorite candy you want to throw back? If you smoke, take a few puffs. If you got edibles, munch on a few edibles. Whatever your poison is, your pleasure is, it is up to you. But if you're going to play this game with us, you have to be abiding by the rules. If D has never played the game before, you take your shot. If D has never heard of the game before, which has happened, people, which has happened. Don't make it seem like it's so far-fetched that there's a game that D's never heard of. For example, Cousin D has never played, nor has he ever heard of the game Strider. And that's a classic game. But hey,
I still haven't heard of that game.
I don't play games because it causes very... Oh, I'm sorry, Cowgirl. That's unfortunate.
What's up?
Certain games, I remember I used to play Grand Theft Auto 3 on my man's big screen TV. And because of the settings he had it for the picture, it made me nauseous. That's really the only time I've ever felt that way. But that sucks, because you're missing out on a lot of great entertainment. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So there's always a third caveat. The third caveat is usually based off if D fails the first two parts or one part of this journey. So I will think of the caveat when we get to that point. But one shot if he's never heard of the game, if he's never played the game, you take another shot. If he's never heard of the game, you take a third shot based off the caveat that I think of as we go along. Is everybody ready? Cousin D,
ready.
Are you ready?
Right.
Matter of fact, let me start a poll real quick. Because
about their faith in me? Please don't have them poll about their faith in me.
I want you to see how people have no faith in you. I want you to see.
But last week, hey, and everyone, remember last week when I didn't let you down? I want you to remember that. Remember that forever.
So please keep in mind, people. Okay, sure. He got 1 week right. If you see the title of this stream, this is episode 16. We have played this game at least 14 times.
I missed a few episodes.
Okay, we have played this game with Cousin D at least 12 times. At least 12 times. 12 out of 1. That's Shaq numbers. That's Shaq on the free throw line.
And Shaq is still a Hall of Famer, and he's still a Hall of Famer. Bring it on.
Bring it on. What are you saying to me right now, man? What are you saying right now? Will Cousin D let you down?
Oh my God. You made it so personal. Jeez.
Hey, man. Hey.
Jeez.
Yes, no. Oh, and there's a third option, but of course.
Of course. That's so messed up, man.
Yes, no,
Jeez.
but of course.
Of course he's going to let me down. He's Cousin D.
I'll give you guys 2 minutes. We're not going to stretch this out. 2 minutes. The poll is up and running.
Oh, my
Will
goodness.
Cousin D let you down?
I want to
yes,
vote.
No,
I want to vote so
but
bad.
Of course. Go ahead and vote.
I don't want to vote so
vote,
bad
vote
on my
for
poll.
yourself. Have at it.
That's
Have
right.
at it. You are more welcome to vote for yourself if you want to. People, please vote. Will Cousin D let you down? Yes, no, but of course.
Psylocke is ready with with 3.
Deep breath, yeah, deep breath, Psylocke. Oh, she's about to take 3 edibles. three puffs. She is somewhere right now in her car about to light up because you're going to let her down.
Oh my goodness. Don't think of it as letting you down. Think of it as giving you a gift of enjoyment.
I don't enjoy hearing that you've never played these games before because these are games that you know what? I'm not going to keep talking about it.
You enjoy drinking though, so it's cool.
I do enjoy drinking.
There you go. So I'm helping. I'm encouraging.
Oh, so far we have 3 people who say we had 4 people who have said you're not going to let them down.
Oh shit! You guys are liars. Fuck.
Is this your first time watching the show?
Fuck! Come on, guys. I want a little faith, but I also wanted some honesty. Now I have to let 4 whole people down? Son of a biscuit. This is gonna suck.
And I feel like the people that are voting, I have a strange feeling they've seen this show before.
They have to. We don't have any new guests yet.
The odds of Cousin D knowing people or playing this game is very. Oh, you know what? You know what?
Wow.
D? You know what, D? I got faith in you, D.
Don't do that.
No, because you surprised me. You surprised me last week with Contra.
But Contra is a very popular game.
So is Strider.
No, it's not.
Oh my! And see, and this is why. This is why right here.
No one's even heard of that game.
Oh, whatever.
It's probably made up. It's not a real game.
The votes are in. 4 people said Cousin D.
People.
4 people. Even somebody voted twice for you.
Jeez, this is not good.
Say thank you, Cousin D. All right, Cousin D.
Oh God.
Are you ready?
No.
Cousin D, are you ready?
Fine.
Cousin D, have you ever played the original Castlevania? Cousin D, I'm gonna ask again because maybe the sound didn't go right. Cousin D, have you ever played the original Castlevania?
No.
Everybody who said D wasn't gonna let you down,
No.
I want you to take that vote. You know what? Never mind. Cousin D, have you ever heard of Castlevania?
Try!
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jedi. Trash. All right.
Absolutely.
So we got so we're at 1 shot right now. We're at 1 shot. Here is the caveat.
Definitely heard of Castlevania.
Here is the caveat. Question.
Dr. Hydrate. What's up, Dr. Hydrate?
What's going on, Dr. Hydrate? How you been, man? I see you stuck with that name. You can't change it for another month.
AKA bootleggers, Dr. Hydrate. I didn't know.
Because
I had no clue.
So he changed it. He changed it a while ago.
To fuck with you.
Yeah, but he can't change it back for like 60 days.
Oh my God. What a commitment. I'm so proud of you. You get a shout out. Get a shout out.
So real quick. So right now we're up to 1 shot. He has never played the original Castlevania, but he has heard of the original Castlevania. Here it is, people. Here it is, people. Here is the caveat, and there we go. Dr. Hydrate with his hydrate button.
Hydrate.
So here we go, people.
Boy.
Here we go, people. Here is the second shot. Cousin D, have you played any Castlevania game?
I watched the anime.
No, that's not the question I asked you. Have you played any Castlevania game?
I watched the anime.
Mr. President, stop avoiding the question.
It was really good.
Mr. President,
really
stop avoiding the question.
Really
have you played any Castlevania games? Any?
I have followed the journey of Belmont while he worked with Alucard and Sypha Belnatis to take down
right, people?
his father,
you
Dracula.
Hear that right, people? You hear that right, people? 2 shots, because he has never played any Castlevania game.
Oh, man. Hey, when did they stop making that game?
When did they start?
Stop.
They haven't stopped. Like the last one came out.
Seriously?
So let me backtrack on that. They haven't came out with one in a while. But
all right.
I know that they do remasters every so often, and I know they've discussed making a new one.
But Castlevania is it's like Mario, right? Where it's like a straight up side scroller, except like you fight some shit.
So not all of them. It started off as a side scroller, yes. When Castlevania jumped to, I want to say the PS3, it was Castlevania Lord of Shadows, I think it was. That was the first one.
I never knew they were on a PS3.
Yes.
Get out of here.
That was the first one that was, not the first 3D one. The first 3D one, I think, was on Super Nintendo. But they had one for PlayStation, in which it was more like a God of War type of game.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So, the last one that came out was Castlevania
2019?
Yeah. Castlevania Grimoire of Souls. That was the last one that came out. Here.
That's crazy.
And that
I did not know they were still making games.
And that's something on the phone. That's a phone. That's an Android.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a mobile game. But still, well, plus Konami isn't really big into making games anymore, which is unfortunate. They don't make a lot of games. But no, Castlevania is very enriched in legacy. So it's quite sad that you never played any Castlevania game. But alas. So people, if you're taking your drinks,
anniversary collection,
2 shots, everybody. If you're smoking, 2 big hits. If you got your edibles, munch on 2 edibles. If you're not drinking or doing anything like that, get your water, get your soda, get your candy, whatever it is. Cousin D, and then you wonder why I call you trash. This is it right here.
I've heard of it. So I'm improving because we've moved to games that I've actually heard of. Because you remember at first, I hadn't even heard of these games. So I'm going to say I'm doing better.
Whatever. All right, here we go. Shot number 1.
What are you drinking?
The rest of that.
Is it the Dr. Stoners?
It is that tequila. I'm trying to finish this off.
Yeah, I heard that was trash.
It's not trash. It's just unfortunate the people that drink it with me didn't like it.
Yeah, well, you have shitty taste in tequila. So.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
We're not going to talk about this.
That's fine.
Oh my God, 2 shots.
Buy better tequila.
Oh, Cousin D, please play games.
I do play games.
Play more games that were made before you were born.
Oh, wow. No promises.
Thank you, Prez. So, welcome to my world, Prez.
No, Prez. I had never played Castlevania. Don't do that. Don't do that, Prez.
Okay, so here,
don't do that, Prez.
Here it is, Prez. So the first one was, has he ever played the original Castlevania, which he has not. The second one was, has he ever heard of Castlevania, which he has. The third caveat question was, has he played any Castlevania game, period. He has never played any Castlevania game, period. None. Hashtag play more games. Everybody go to your social media accounts. Don't need to tag them. Just simply put hashtag play more games. No context, no further introductions or explanations. Just go to your social medias and type in hashtag play more games. If you're friends with Cousin D on any social media outlet, he'll see it and that'll be his shame.
That'll be his shame.
Shame. I just saw 2 shots and started panicking.
I feel no shame. I feel none.
Good. I'm doing good, Hydrate. I hope your week's been good, man. Nubian, what's going on? Getting everybody rolling up in here now. Y'all just missed a fine moment of Cousin D letting 4 people down that voted for him.
Let's not think about it like that. It was more along the lines of, I encourage 4 people to drink.
Wow. That's a wonderful way to look at it.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful way to look at it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on because we're at the 30-minute mark, and I got to be up early tomorrow, so I'm not going to try to lollygag. We're still going to have some fun. So, like I told you guys, I think it was either last week or week before last. A lot of times we do get on the show on this medium, whatever you want to consider it, and we absolutely. I'm sorry, and I did see the message. Hydrate. Hope your mom is doing better, man. I didn't mean to ignore it. I got caught up in joking around and whatnot. I did see the message. Positive energy, prayers, thoughts, everything to excuse me, I can't even talk right now. Dr. Hydrate's mother. If you haven't ever seen the message, yes. So please keep us updated on her status, and understand that even though we may not live in the same area code, city, state, whatever, that we're here for you and we're here to help out, man. So let us know if we can do anything for you. All right. With that being said, like I told you guys last week, we do come up here and talk a lot about jokeful stuff. We try to be light, keep it lighthearted, very joking. A lot of times we just simply talk off the cuff, and a lot of these conversations go far left, whether you want to or not. But there was a topic that I thought about last week that I wanted to discuss, and I know Cousin D is a deep thinker when it comes to social issues and serious issues. So I said, what better person to have up here to discuss this than Cousin D? So I will give everybody a warning, and it's not a negative warning, but so with our topics, I don't want people to get offended. Like, this is an open forum. Unless you say something totally crazy or totally offensive, it's very hard to offend me. And I would think Cousin D is the same way. So this will be a topic that I would like everyone to have feedback in, regardless of your race. And again, open forum, no judgment. You feel the way you feel, and we're gonna knock it out. So here it goes. The topic for this week is black spaces and white faces. Let me explain that to you. So, a matter of fact, I'll tell you where this came from. So a couple of months ago, maybe 2 months ago, we went to BlerdCon. BlerdCon is an annual event held in Northern Virginia. That's technically designed, made for, presented by black nerds, hence the term Blerd. But it's all inclusive. Hey, Neko, welcome aboard. It's all inclusive, so whoever can go to it. White, black, Puerto Rican, Asian, whoever, male, female, lesbian, straight, it doesn't matter. You can all go to it. They had a cosplay contest in which a white girl, a white woman, joined it. She took part of it. I think the story is that her black friend told her to take part of it. She didn't want to at first, but she was encouraged to take part of it. She took part of it, and she won. She won with black judges at a black event. And of course, not too long after the event, once everybody got home and they were in front of their keyboards, everyone turned into a keyboard warrior, and they were so outraged that she won the event. She was upset. They were upset, I should say, to no ends that she won this event, and felt like she shouldn't even been allowed to enter. Although there were no rules at that time that stated you couldn't do so. But again, she entered, she won. Eventually, because of the backlash that she was getting, the backlash that the judges were getting, the backlash that the event was getting, she relinquished her crown or her victory and gave it to the second place person. So that's that. The second part of that is this. There's a Facebook channel or Facebook group called Black Gamers and Cosplayers, or Black Cosplayers and Gamers. There was an argument, I think the day I sent Cousin D and Baron the message about the chat, about the topic, was people were upset because, of course, you look at the title called Black Cosplayers and Gamers. It's made for people of color. You would think so. So people were upset because there were white people in that group. and they said to themselves, well, this should be, I say that they said to themselves, they said to the forum, to the group, that this should be a forum or a group that people of color, black people, can sit here and have a place to be themselves, or a place to express themselves, or a safe space that they can have for themselves. I have mixed feelings about this. And before I answer and I get into it, D, what is your take on, matter of fact, let's break it down. Let's break down the BlerdCon situation. What is your take on the BlerdCon situation?
I don't really have. So I don't agree with the negativity that the young lady received after winning the cosplay contest. If BlerdCon wanted to make something that was exclusive, where only minorities could participate, then they should have made that clear. As far as saying that she should have never entered, I don't feel that way about it. Yeah, I really don't agree with it at all. I mean, if you want to win, you want to win. I mean, I think that comes from a perspective of, I don't want to be considered the best black anything. If I'm aiming to be the best at something, I'm aiming to be the best, not just the best black cosplayer, not just the best black technician, or not just the best black whatever I do. I'm aiming to be the best at it. And so if excluding other people to make myself shine more, that's the only way that I can achieve, then I don't really feel like I'm achieving. So I don't agree with it.
Yeah. So my take on the BlerdCon situation alone, and we'll talk about the other stuff, and we'll talk about the grander picture when it relates to, again, black spaces, white faces. I don't have a problem. So I understand the premise of BlerdCon, because there was a big thing even with the founder of BlerdCon saying that the event was never truly for black people, which I disagree.
Okay.
My take on it is this. I don't think people who aren't black should be excluded from being at those events. I say that because yes, it's a forum that we created. It's like FUBU is for us and by us, to show what we can bring to the table, to show what we have done, to show our creativity, to show our talent, to show everything that we can do as a culture to represent us. And if people who are, whether you're white, whether you're, and I know it's designed for black nerds, but you look at any other demographic that isn't black. Again, you look at white people, you look at Hispanics, you look at Asians, you look at anybody who is non-black, Dominicans, whatever, across the board. And then you also got to take into account the different sexualities. You have your, straight people and your LGBTQ. I mean, we are encompassing a lot of people, and we want to bring them in, because, hey, you may take part, you may look at what we can do. We're not going to be the kind of people that's like back in the 60s and the 50s and the 60s that said, this is us and you can't be here, get out of here, and throw bottles and stuff at you. But it's like, come celebrate with us. Come celebrate our culture. Come celebrate what we bring to the table. Come celebrate our creativity. Come celebrate our passion of being nerds, of being people who like to dress up as anime characters, as TV characters, as cartoon characters, people who will go out there and write these crazy, sensational, dope, awesome stories, that can paint awesome pictures, that can do all this stuff. Come be a part of what we can do. I do agree that maybe for next year, if you do want to make it about people of color, then there needs to be more rules to the cosplay contest itself. If you want to tell people, sure, let's make it for black people only, it is what it is. Or if you want to keep it the way it is now, I think it needs to be better presented. It's for everybody. But I don't say that people who aren't black can't be there, because that's ignorant. It's like, we want to be accepted and we want to be looked at in the same light, but then we do the same things that they did that put us in the spot in the first place. And I don't agree with that. So that's how I feel. Like, I mean, if you got anything to add or rebut, please, feel free to chime in.
So I agree with what you're saying. That's one of the things that's really, really a major issue for me is that if as a culture, a community, however you want to define it, if as we're achieving and trying to establish some form of equality, if we use the same tactics that were used to try to make us feel inferior about ourselves, how are we separating ourselves?
Yes.
Right? Like I don't like that as a tactic. I don't like the idea that in order to fight against the exclusion that was created by the white community for hundreds of years, that we now are going to create an exclusive black community. Right.
Yeah.
That's not, to me, that's not how you solve the problem.
It's counterproductive.
And again, right, I'm not a historian, I'm not a sociologist, right? These are not necessarily my expert fields. But the from my study, from my experience, that's not going to create anything. If what we're actually going for is equality, this is not how we do it. Now, if as a culture we decide we want to secede or we want to create a separate black nation state within the US, then sure, keep doing what you're doing. But if what you're going for is to actually be viewed as equal members of society, that's not how you do it.
Absolutely. And going back to some of the comments, I don't know what the judges were looking at, Cowgirl. Like, I didn't catch most of the contest myself. When we got downstairs with the contest, I think they were already doing the judging phase of it. As a matter of fact, when we got down,
I only saw the wedding.
Yeah, when we got down there were two people getting married, and then after the wedding, it was the prizes being handed out for first, second, and third, and blah blah blah. So we didn't see anything beforehand. And even when the young lady that won it went up there, I really couldn't see her that good because again, we're way in the back, she's way in the front, so I couldn't really see her cosplay up front to say how it really looked. I will agree, looking at pictures online and then looking at other people that I saw there personally, yes, there were far better cosplays out there.
So I will say a lot of people, so in one of the forums off of that, one of the forums where we were talking about, they were talking about other cosplayers, they were saying that some of them didn't show because there were timelines, there were events that you had to show up to for the cosplay contest.
Sure.
And if you got wasted on Friday night and didn't get up in time on Saturday, or if you decide to go to a panel instead of going to the cosplay contest.
Yeah.
Right. So I agree that there were way better cosplays than hers out there. But one of the other things apparently that the judges were looking for was not just the cosplay. Apparently 80% of it had to be handmade. That was one of the requirements to enter.
Sure.
So somebody has a great cosplay that they bought, it's a phenomenal cosplay, but because this year 80% had to be handmade, you couldn't enter. Or you handmade your cosplay but you got drunk on Friday or you went to a panel so you couldn't go into it. Right. So there were other factors, and again, like not seeing everybody who actually entered the contest, I couldn't say whether or not she was the best one who entered the contest. I was not at all impressed by her costume. Like I just wasn't. But I don't know who else entered.
And let me go back up. And once again, going down the list here. Yeah, Cowgirl. If like, I'm not going to exclude anybody from being there. Like, if you want to make it for simply one demographic, then it needs to be stated it's for one demographic and one demographic only. BlerdCon has never ever been about one demographic. It's been about blacks, yes, hence the title BlerdCon, but they've always been exclusive. But if you're going to come, yes, spend your money the same way that we can go into any other community and spend our money and give them our hard-earned dollars to buy whatever games or clothes or materials that we need. Come on into BlerdCon and walk in and spend your money just like I'm spending my money on pops and souvenirs and masks and everything else that they have out there for the vendors. So please, spend your money. I didn't care that she entered the contest. I just felt there was much better cosplays. Yep, if she was the best, it is what it is, but she wasn't. Agreed.
What Psylocke said, so I don't want to reread it to the whole, but definitely take a look and read that.
I'm going down. I'm going down everybody.
Okay, cool.
I missed so much with the conversation. I'm going down with everybody's. Neko says, I don't think the comments should have been against her. If people were mad, they should have been mad at the judge. But that's the thing, Neko. Like, they were mad at everybody. Like, there was backlash towards the young lady on her Twitter account, on her Facebook page. There was issues everywhere. And then on top of that, then the judges got slack, a lot of slack. And then the creator, the founder, the man himself got all this heat about what happened. It's like, I get it, you guys are mad, but like, yo, it is what it is. Like D, I didn't know some of that other stuff about people didn't make like other events to qualify for the stuff. So it's like, that's on you. If you're supposed to be here at 2:00 so I can look at your outfit to make sure you're good to go, and you show up at 2:30, like, dog, I'm sorry, you're 30 minutes late. I can't count you.
And that being said, I didn't see everyone who entered. Like I
Sure,
don't, so I can't, I
sure,
can't speak to whether or not she was the best entrant,
sure.
but I
I mean,
certainly
just
was not impressed with
yeah.
her costume.
I mean, just as a whole, and like I said, I don't like other than the people who got first, second, and third and stuff like that. That's really all I saw. So I didn't see anybody else that entered. And of course, looking at people that are just there, because people will post pictures about, well, this person looked better than that person looked better than that person.
Right.
But then it's like, well, did that person compete? Like, did they enter? And what happened to
Yeah.
them? So it's like, it's a lot of stuff that we don't have. But at the same time, again, there was nothing in the rules stating she couldn't be there. There was nothing in the rules stating she couldn't take part of it. But yet we're mad because she took part of it. Like, I get it.
So I think what Psylocke said is really really major, because so she mentioned in her comment the fact that we're forced to essentially code switch for most of our time in society, and then to have a space like BlerdCon where we're free to exist as we exist without the necessity of diminishing some aspect of ourselves.
Sure.
For a white person to come in and then win in that space, people just felt frustrated, and I completely understand that frustration. That makes perfect sense.
And I get it. Like before, and I'm sorry for the blurriness if everybody got blurriness on their screens right now. And no, I totally get it. Like, I will agree that for future contests, if we want to celebrate the creativity of blacks, because again, it's BlerdCon, then yes, it needs to be more clarification of who can and who can't take part of it. So I will agree that yes, maybe she should have sat that one out and then let the people who this contest was designed for have all the glory. Let me read her thing, Rick. And I'm reading it forever. I know everybody can read it, but I'm gonna read it anyway. What it is that black people would adjust themselves to fit in a world designed for white people. And we search for a place to be ourselves without the fear of cops being called on us or having to talk in a certain way to make sure everyone else is comfortable. Agreed. And in the nerd community, black people have been dogged and dissed for just being black cosplayers. So to finally have a space we could celebrate that and a white person wins, some felt let down. And I will wholeheartedly agree with that. Like, there is nothing false about anything you said, Psylocke. That was nail on the head. I just don't
point
think,
to Nurse Leah as well later.
all right.
By the way,
I just don't think that we should tell them they can't be there. Like, it's one thing to say you can't take part of the contest, which again, I'm sure for future contests at BlerdCon, they will make that a thing in the rule book, which I have no problems with. I just don't think that certain people in those chats were saying to the effect, if you're not black, you shouldn't be there. Like, you shouldn't even be able to be into the venue, which I don't agree with that. Like, I don't
agree with that either.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Dee was saying earlier, that has been the standard for most of the 1900s, going up to hell. Even sometimes, even in current times, that's still a thing going on where we're not allowed in certain places. But I just simply feel that we can't fight exclusivity with exclusivity. Like, it doesn't work that way, because now we're just creating two worlds in which we're still not getting along, and we still don't understand the other side of what they have, what they're bringing to the table. So yeah, and I'm sorry, Nubian, if you got something to say, please say it. Like, as long as it's not a crazy long dissertation that I'm gonna get tired of reading it, please say what you got to say. Like, if you want to summarize it, cool. But again, this is an open forum. Like, I don't want people to come in here and feel like they have to censor themselves because they are afraid of what people may say. Say what you got to say, because either we're going to read it out loud for everybody to see it, they're going to read it because it's on the chat, or we're going to talk about it. So don't be afraid to speak your piece. Let me see what you got to say. Agreed. This cat ears. The frustration was justified. The execution of the frustration was not. Agreed, Nurse Leah. Agreed. Like, I understand why people are upset, but the way, and I think that goes back. See, I think that's a double-edged sword to an extent. To tell people they can be mad, but tell them how they can be mad. Like, you can be mad, but you took it too far. And it's like, in this case, I think people did take it too far. But at the same time, I think people should still have the right to speak their piece, whether you agree with it or not.
Right.
Like, I may not like the way you bring it to me, but understand that's how you feel. And for me not to consider how you feel when it's your honest thoughts and opinions, then again, I'm just as much as a problem as I am part of the solution, because I'm not taking your opinions or your advice or your words or your comments to heart. Yes, Neko, it was very toxic, extremely toxic. Nubia,
So
I have no problem with creating exclusive black. Hold on, I have no problem with creating exclusive black spaces. I think sometimes it can be helpful, and I hate to mention, but other groups of POC create their own exclusive places, and from my experiences, they thrive in it. Okay, again, I am not here to say we can't do it. Like, if that's what we want to do, that's what we want to do. Like, I get it. There are certain places, whether it be Facebook forums, whether it be community groups, whether it be public social groups in real life, whether it be Twitch forums. You know, you got your black the female black girl players, and forgive me for butchering the name, but it's the black gamers girls. So there are other community exclusive groups, so I get it. I just think that we shouldn't. I don't know. Take it over, D, because I'm trying to think. Yeah. I'm running out of thoughts.
So the frustration and then the response to the frustration. One of the things that I like to talk about is that before we can address an anger response, we got to address what caused the anger. Because to constantly say, okay, well, you know, we shouldn't have responded that way to being upset, we have to first try to mitigate whatever it is that upset us. And in this case is this woman winning the cosplay contest. And to what Nubian said, like, I don't know that it's feasible to create a con where we say we're not going to sell tickets to someone else. Like, I don't know what the reality of that looks like. I don't know what the bottom line of that looks like. So, you know, obviously the con has to be profitable. How many dollars are they losing? Obviously, sure. The con wants as many people as possible coming. And at the end of the day, if I'm saying, you know, I'm trying to make this money and we're using this money to profit black spaces and black people, are we going to now say that white people can't give money to that to profit us? Like, so I don't know what the feasibility is of creating that in a con environment where we say, okay, nobody but POC can come to this con, or nobody but Blerds can come to this con. I don't know the feasibility of that. I don't know how that will work. But like Mike was saying, a contest could be, you know, that's definitely something where you could try to lock it down. I don't like that myself. I don't like that idea. Again, as I said earlier, if I'm going to win it, I want to win it outright. Yeah. But that's my own opinion. And based on reading the forums and what a lot of people said post-con, more people feel otherwise than agree with me. Yeah. So, you know, I guess you go with the majority.
And you know what, and to piggyback off what D's saying and to tie it in with just what Nurse Leah just said, for us to create a space as big as BlerdCon, or potentially as big as BlerdCon, I will say, if we were to do something like that, it would definitely be looked as racist. Like, it would no doubt be looked as why aren't they including anybody else but black people, blah blah blah. And then we'll go into this whole political debate about everything that's been eating this country up for the last 10 years anyway. So I think doing something like that causes a bigger issue than it does help. Only because the size of it. If you have something small, again, let's say something like a biker group. I can easily start a biker group in which is nothing but black males. And it's 10 of us. No one would beat an eye. Because it's something that's so small. It's like the pebble in the pond. You throw the pebble in the pond, it's not gonna cause much ripples. It's not gonna cause much issues compared to throwing a big boulder into a puddle. So it's like, you have a space like BlerdCon. It's not feasible. And I think because of, if they were to make it exclusive only to blacks, it wouldn't be feasible for them to thrive, because there will be so much backlash from outer communities, outer groups about why they're doing what they're doing, that it would cause so much backlash that he would just cancel the event altogether. On top of that, and I hate to say it, on top of that, there are so many blacks who don't like BlerdCon in the first place because they think it's disingenuous. So it's like, you have outside groups who don't like what they're doing. You have inside groups. You have your own.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Come on, hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no.
But it's like, you can't please everybody, because I've seen plenty of people who are people of color get onto the BlerdCon website on Facebook and trash Hilton and trash the event and trash everything because they believe he's disingenuous. So it's like, it's almost like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And I don't know.
It's so like you said, you're screwed either way. You're gonna piss somebody off either way. The other problem that you're facing for an event like BlerdCon, let's forego some of the other formalities. Let's assume that Hilton is like, okay, we're gonna make this exclusive to blacks. We're not gonna sell tickets to whites, right? That's gonna hit the internet, right? When Hyatt has white people standing outside that want to enter BlerdCon and now they can't, and we're creating some type of thing. Now we're creating issues for the host hotel. Like they're just issues, right? Upon issues. Even if we operated on the assumption that this is something that he would actually do, there are future issues that we're looking at for the longevity of BlerdCon, and I just don't think it's a feasible idea. If you want to go in there and create a toxic space that makes it so people don't want to return, like, I don't support it, but that's probably a more feasible way to do it than to just say you can't come, you know? Because I don't know that this cosplayer is ever going to return to BlerdCon. I don't think she'll return, and if she does return, she's certainly not going to enter a contest. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what your solution is. I really don't.
And I would really hate for this one experience, because I think this is the first. I want to say this is her first BlerdCon. I may be wrong about that. I thought I saw a comment saying that she said this is her first BlerdCon. But regardless, I would hate for this one experience that she took part of be the thing that turns her off forever from coming back. Like that would be the worst.
It wasn't just one experience. This is people legitimately taking their personal time to look her up on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and then flood her own social media pages with negative comments. That's not like one experience where one person at con says some reckless shit.
No. What I mean by one is like that all spawned from the one event. So it's not like she went to BlerdCon was done. She went to another con and got like the same treatment. Like everything that everything that happened up to that point was a result of BlerdCon. So I look at that as all one event. Like all the backlash and the Twitter beef and the Facebook issues that she's been getting has been because of BlerdCon. So I count that as all one event, because everything that happened after BlerdCon was because of BlerdCon. Now, if she goes to AwesomeCon, if she goes to AwesomeCon, or hell, if she goes to BlerdCon next year and the same thing happens, then I look at that as two different events, because now you got all this time, we gotten over it, we're done with it, we moved on, but yet she's back out there and we're still beefing with her because something happened a year ago. So, I think Cousin D's audio was a little choppy. So I think he's a little bit better now. So once again, if you tune in late, Cousin D is not in a great hotel that has great internet service. Well, he's in a good hotel, but unfortunately the internet service is not really that great for him. So he had to switch up to the Wi-Fi on his phone to use as a source. So it may be a little choppy for him, and he may freeze up at times, but he still hears you and he's still there. So
what would you, so I'm gonna ask you this, and I know it's off the cuff.
No.
What would you offer as a solution then to, if you're planning BlerdCon for 2022, what are things that you think you would put in place in order to prevent this kind of issue from happening again?
As far as what, like as it relates to the cosplay contest, or
possibly or any other issues that you could see being similar to this that might arise, like because again, I've been to BlerdCon twice. I'm not as big on going to cons. I know you've been to way more. So if you see something else that might spin out of this, right? Sure. What would you plan?
Sure. And no, Nubian. I hope Twitter Twitch doesn't shut us down for talking about something serious. So fingers crossed.
That would suck.
You never know though. So fingers crossed.
All right.
I think for future BlerdCons, being that this con is specifically celebrating Black culture, I just think that it needs to be clearly stated. And and the funny part about it is, it actually is stated what we can do, or what it's for, what it's representing. So I don't think that there needs to be much done as it relates to the attendance part of it. Like, anybody can go. It is, again, I said it earlier and I'll still say it now. It's so counterproductive that we create a con that's being held at a national hotel chain. Like, this isn't like this Motel 6 and we're out in the parking lot. Like, we're in the Hyatt and the Hyatt is a booming business. Oh, Cousin D is back. Okay, here we go.
Hey, that was just my camera. That was just my camera.
Gotcha. But like, I don't think we'll ever get to a point where the con will simply be for us and only us can be there. I don't think that'll ever happen. I'm sure there are some cons that try to do it, and maybe there are cons that have done it. I just don't see that as something that's possible because of the backlash that will happen afterwards. And again, you're working with businesses, in this case the Hyatt, who, and it is what it is, the Hyatt is probably owned by old rich white men who are probably managed by white men or white women or whoever. So for me being one upset person, me being one upset white person, to go to that front counter and say, ma'am, I want to speak to your manager, and then tell them what's going on, trust and believe, BlerdCon will not be there next year if enough people complain about the exclusivity that they want to do. So I don't think telling people they can't be there is a solution. And I think they should stay the course when it comes to it's still exclusively inclusive for everybody. Now, as it relates to the cosplay contest, yes, it needs to be clearly stated who can and who can't take part of it. I don't think people are going to lose sleep because they made a cosplay from 100% original material for the last 5 months, and you get there and I can't take part of it. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be mad if I can't partake of a cosplay contest because I'm not the right demographic. It is what it is. Again, the event is BlerdCon. It is for Black nerds. Am I telling you can't be in the building? No, we want you here in the building. We want you to celebrate what we're bringing to the table, and we want you to enjoy what we have. But in celebration of Black cosplayers and in celebration of the creative genius that Black people have, sit this event out because this isn't for you. Because what's going to happen is, just like in 2021, you may have some dope ass cosplay that legitimately might be the best thing in the building, but this event isn't for you. And if you win this year, like they did last year, again, now you're not going to have the white people going to the management trying to get Hyatt to shut it down. Now you're gonna have the Black people going to the owners of the BlerdCon saying, I'm not supporting your con anymore because this con was supposed to be for us, and yet this happened 2 years in a row. So I think, again, to summarize, don't change anything about attendance. Keep it the way it is. Let us all be there. Let them be there. Let everyone be there. Because again, not all people are enemies.
Right.
Not all white people dislike Blacks, just like not all Black people dislike whites. So there are people who want to see harmony in this world. There are people that want to see all races, all demographics, all nationalities be a singular unit that supports and uplifts everybody. There are people out there like that. And I say we can't sit here and take the time to just blackball everybody because we just want to make sure that we just keep our bases covered. No, let them in. Let them take part of it. Again, like Cowgirl said early in the thing, let them come in and spend their money. Yo, put your dollars down and buy this cosplay, buy this mask, buy these toys, buy this stuff that we came from halfway across the country so we can be here, just sell you a $50 blah blah blah, even though it's going to cost us probably $300 to pack the stuff back up and go back across the country. Please buy this. Give me your money. Like, yo, we need that. So don't exclude them. But like I said, when it comes to the contest and stuff like that, yes, make rules to say we can't have you take part of this contest because of X, Y, and Z. If you don't understand it, then I'm sorry. Then maybe you do need to leave. But if you understand what this event is about and what this con is about, thanks for understanding. Sit in the crowd, have fun. Maybe we'll have another separate contest in which it's for a diverse crowd, if that's not counterproductive or if that's not defeating the purpose.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that'd be an interesting solution too.
I don't think he'll ever do that, but once again, I mean, that's something for him to think about, not me. Like, this is his business. I'm a consumer going there, spending my money like everybody else.
Why is my laptop being a little bitch? There we go. All right.
Look, thanks for gifting the power of a sub for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll say this. I'll break the tension here a little bit. As much of a hard time I give Lurk online and in person, she is a decent person. She has a good heart. I like Lurk. That's all I'll say, because I feel like I keep talking, I ruin it.
Wow.
So yeah, so I think ultimately it's extremely hard. Like, again, there are certain cases in which, sure, maybe having white faces in there isn't the best thing to do. But it's like, man, look at it like this. If we took that stance on everything, just think about how much backlash most HBCUs would get for not allowing a white person to be there. Like, I'm sure it happens. They may not say it outright, but I'm sure a person puts their application in, and then a person of color puts the application in, and maybe that person of color's application goes on top first and gets processed first. I would be so ignorant to say that doesn't happen, because I'm sure it does, just like it happens the other way around, where, okay, let's take this guy from white collar America, and you know what, let's process this stuff first and see how it happens. Hell, it happens in the NFL.
Yeah.
It happens in all major sports in which a person of color tries to get a job, and it always seems like they're one of the last to be interviewed, or for some strange reason, they're last to be considered.
They had to create a whole rule in the NFL.
Yeah, they had to create a rule. The Rooney Rule.
Yeah,
for every,
just to get black coaches interviewed.
For every such and such people you interview, one has to be black. Like, that should be a rule.
That is so reckless.
Like,
that is so reckless.
If the guy is qualified for the job, he's qualified. If he's not qualified for the job, don't hire him. But
hell to the no,
here we go.
To the no, no, no.
Oh, that
no, no. To the no, no.
What's this?
Hell to the no, no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no, no. Hell no, no.
I see what I have to do for future podcasts, especially when we talk about serious things, is I'm gonna have to turn off these sound alerts.
Turn off the bits.
Turn off the sound alerts.
Yeah.
This is like the serious episode of Family Matters where Urkel talks to Carl about his parents abusing him, and in the middle of them having that deeper conversation, somebody laughs in the soundtrack. Like, why are you laughing? My dad just beat me. I'm trying to tell you, my dad beats me, and y'all back there laughing. Cut the commercial.
Oh man.
But I mean,
yeah, I don't know that we have a good solution. That's all I was gonna say. I don't know that we're gonna come up with a good solution. It's that's a really, really complicated topic, unfortunately. And I'll say this though, for BlerdCon, whatever 80s black girl name, whatever they do with everything in the future, it is certainly one of the cons that I've been to where you go through the vendor spaces and I've seen comics and graphic novels from black authors that I've never seen anywhere else. BlerdCon is where I was first introduced to Marcus the Visual, not his work, but where I got to see it in person, like
Sure.
and see his stuff.
Sure.
So there's a lot of writers and artists and just general vendors that are out at BlerdCon that I don't see at other cons, and even in the area, right? Like, I just don't see them all over the place.
Sure.
And so it's good that whatever BlerdCon's doing, right? I hope that whatever their solution is, they can find a way to keep all the positive things that they brought to the con community, and still find a way to keep people happy.
I think, and again, I'm not a business owner. I am not, although, and again, I don't like necessarily talking a lot about my personal life on the channel. I do fit into a comment that Salat made earlier. That's all I'll say. So I know it's hard trying to walk that line with doing what's right and then trying to appease everybody. And I don't take the job of Hilton, who is pretty much the founder of BlerdCon. I don't take his job lightly. Like, I understand that he has a lot of people to answer to, whether it be the people that come to the cons, or whether it be stakeholders that he may have to report to because he needs maybe a loan to help expand business, or whatever the case may be. I don't take his job lightly, and I know he has a lot of place to balance as relates to pleasing everybody. But at the end of the day, I also realize that you can't please everybody, because I may give something that you like, D, but at the same time, it may hurt Nubian. I may try to please Nubian, but then I hurt Cowgirl. So I understand that I can't make decisions that everybody as a whole, and I'm not saying that can't happen, but it's very rare that that people can make a major decision that everybody agrees with. So he's gonna have his haters, he's gonna have his naysayers, he's gonna have everybody going against him because that still don't feel like BlerdCon is what it is, or BlerdCon doesn't represent what he claims it represents. So I don't take his job lightly. I said lightly. But I know Hilton's not looking at this, but Hilton, if by some chance you come across Twitch and you happen to click on this channel, dude, you are supported. You are supported. I've been to BlerdCon every year since the first year at 2017. I do not have any plans on not going. I will be there from now until the day that he shuts it down or I can't make it. So I will be there. And of course, with me, I'm just not somebody who's going to just go along with the plan. If there's something there that I don't agree with, then I'll stop going. But so far, out of the 4 years I've been, I have seen nothing there that I've said to myself, this is questionable. I can't do it anymore. I have a couple of comics from Black artists that are amazing. They need more exposure. Facts. With a name like BlerdCon, I think non-Black people are more understanding of what to expect and wouldn't overstep. And you would think that. And again, Nurse, I've been there again for 4 years. Aside from last year when, of course, they had to shut it down because of COVID. I've never seen anybody complain more than usual about the event itself, especially with the attendees or people doing more than what they should be doing. So that's not an issue. BlerdCon is in Northern Virginia. It is Arlington, Virginia, which is not too far from the DMV area, which is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. There you go. Thanks, Cousin D. On top of it.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, it's a cool event, and I encourage everyone to check it out, regardless if you're into the Blerd lifestyle or you're just somebody that's curious or you want to go out there and just support. It's a lot of stuff there. I guarantee you that if you go, hopefully with COVID restrictions hopefully being a lot lighter next year, we'll have a little bit more freedom with what we can do and with the mask and social distancing and everything, the restrictions. So hopefully
everything from what, like comedians, fire spinners, and all sorts of other stuff, right?
Yeah. There was, I mean, there was still a lot of people there, but I know it could have been more people there had it not been for people having their vaccination cards. Because I know there's a lot of people who don't want to be vaccinated, and it's your choice. But I know there's a lot of people that were turned off because they had to be vaccinated to be there, and a lot of people don't want to be vaccinated. So it is what it is. Honestly, there are a lot of non-Black people who live in bubbles. They're so used to every space being their spaces. The idea of something like BlerdCon doesn't factor to them. Can't read the room. Yeah, I'm praying that they are. We'll see. Hopefully, it's a lot lighter than it was last time. That's a description of privilege that I've ever seen. There you go, right on the nose. Touching my nose right now. Right on the nose. Bing, 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 bing.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
And I think that's another issue that, as a group, as a community, as a people, and I don't know if it's hundreds of years of conditioning or what, but as a group, I feel like we're able to read these spaces better where we're not. Prime example, I was in Nashville a couple weeks ago, and we went to this place called Pomp Social Club, and we went there for bowling. When we walked in, me and my group of coworkers were the only chips in the cookie, and we could definitely tell, like, as we're walking around this space, like, you know what? Let's go bowl somewhere else. Like, this is just this is not my space.
Wait a minute. I was with you the entire time until you said we were the only chips in the cookie.
The only chocolate chips in the cookie.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
That doesn't make the expression any less, like, digestible.
That should be a very digestible statement. It was a food statement. It should be easily digestible.
We were the only chips in the cookies. The first thing I thought about was like having this big ass cookie with literally 2 chocolate chips in it that I'm gonna throw away.
Exactly. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Throwing this away. But no, that's the world we do live in, though. I mean, it is what it is. I would be lying if I didn't say that I haven't been in a situation in which I walk into a building and I'm looked at funny. Like, you would think that we live in a world where something like that shouldn't be a thing anymore, but unfortunately it is. And as much as I want to be positive about us getting into a better place, and don't get me wrong, I'm not the kind of person that doesn't want to be in a better place. Trust and believe, I would love for this country, for this world to be far better than what it is today. But I understand that it probably won't get there anytime soon. So
here's something interesting that you brought that topic up. The last podcast I did on our podcast, we talked about reparations, and one of the things that my partner said was, have you seen Serenity?
Which one?
The movies.
There's two movies that's called Serenity. I'm trying to think about, is that
it's the movie that closes out Firefly?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So in that movie, Chiwetel, the assassin, he talks about trying to create this paradise. And when he's talking about that, Nathan Fillion says to him, he's like, so, I mean, what place do you think you're going to have in this paradise? And the assassin's like, no place, but I can still take out everybody who opposes it. And one of the things my podcast partner brought up was, let's say that.
Oh my gosh, your sound went out. Your sound went out, D. Your sound is out. Sound is out. Sound is out.
Am I back?
Sound is back. Hey, sound is back.
He said, let's say tomorrow we wake up in this racial utopia. Would those of us who've existed in America as it is even know how to respond to that? So like if tomorrow all of a sudden there was no more racism, would we even know how to exist in that non-racist America? Or like, what is our place in that? Because I'm going to say for myself, I wouldn't know how to live, because I view everything through this lens of, people mistreating me or people looking down on me or any of those issues that come with being black. And if they just disappeared tomorrow, like, what is my worldview?
That's a very good point. Like, I would like to say that if we woke up tomorrow and all the issues that we've been dealing with for the last 600 years go away, like, I would like to think that I can wake up and, like, it's almost like the scene from it's almost like the scene from The Wiz. Can you feel the brand new day?
Yeah. That's a good reference. I like it.
I would like literally get out of bed and just run down the street just singing to everybody. Straight like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Just run down the street. Run home, Charlie. Run as fast as you can.
Run as fast as you can. Oh,
but man. It's like I think it would be weird for a while. Yeah. And a while is a relative term for whoever thinks it. But like, I think it'd be weird for a while not having people looking at you a certain way because of your race, nationality, or creed or color, blah, blah, blah. Like, it would be weird because I think we will still have that notion of, are you really treating me because I'm a person? Or are you treating me this way because of old stuff? Like, I would hate to say it. It would be almost like this thought just popped in my head. Feel me with this one. I think it would be like Twilight Zone. To the point where, let's say, bear with me everybody, let's say we wake up tomorrow, 9/13/2021. We wake up and racism is dead. Like, there is no more, like, not saying the racist people just disappear and die, but let's say they just wake up, and I don't want people just to die like that. So,
yeah, right.
But let's say, like, it's just gone. Like, the thought of racism still exists because we're not going to be ignorant that it didn't exist. So we still learn about it, we still read about it, and the concept of racism still exists. But no one is racist anymore. Like, we all wake up and we see people for what we should see them as. Either you're a good person or you're not. Here's where the Twilight Zone part kicks in. We get so paranoid about people's new intentions on how they treat us that it slowly reintroduces racism back into the world. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, it's so complicated, but yet it's like, I can see that really happening.
but that's what I think it would be like. So I walk into
No cowgirl.
I walk into a store, right? And something happens. Somebody bumps me. Somebody says an off word, and the first thing that's gonna pop up into my head in this world with that supposedly has no racism is it's because I'm black. But the reality of it is it's because I was wearing like a Washington football team shirt,
Sure.
and they're a Cowboys fan,
Sure.
and they just want to talk some shit, right? Like everything would be viewed from this lens of I'm a black man in America, but that doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't factor in. So like, I don't know. I'm not ready for. I would have to say I gotta die off. I gotta go because I'm not ready. I'm being so serious. No, I gotta go. I'm not ready. I'm too angry and embittered and all that stuff. Like y'all gotta move on without me. Y'all gotta move on without me. It's cool.
Who was the person from Shawshank Redemption that was in jail for all those years, got out of jail and didn't know how to live like outside of jail and killed himself?
No. Exactly. Y'all get rid of racism. I don't know.
Racist.
Exactly. I don't know how not to be angry. Like I don't know how not to be. What do I even say? I don't know.
That is stupid.
You gotta move on without me. You gotta go.
Can y'all imagine that? Can y'all imagine Cousin D waking up one day and going through an entire week of non-racism for him to say, "I can't live like this no more," and kill himself?
Like this.
It is straight kill himself. Who does that? Who would do something that crazy? Like, yo, this world is too perfect. Bye.
This is too much. I can't do this.
Ridiculous.
Look at my Pan-African themed jewelry and just realize I don't need it anymore. I'm out. I'm done. I quit.
Wow.
Quit.
So real quick, you know what? Real quick, before we move on to the most popular subject of the podcast.
I'm in tears, cuz.
Real quick, did everybody peep the news about Dr. Umar Johnson?
Whoa, no, wait, huh?
So
nope.
Maybe we'll save this for another podcast. We can't have too many serious subjects or too many consecutive serious podcasts because people are gonna start thinking that we actually have some knowledge, and I don't want people to think that. I don't want people to come here thinking that we're some egghead nerds and not talk about all the things we talk about during a regular basis every day.
Don't do that.
So real quick, and I'll move on to the next thing. All right. Now I'm trying to find more information on it, but it's on his Instagram page under one of his videos. Apparently, Dr. Umar Johnson is a big person into polygamy, and he got married to 2 women. Like he had like an actual ceremony getting married to 2 women.
Okay.
Did anybody peep that? Has anybody seen that? Go to his Instagram page. It's up there. It's one of his videos. Like
I didn't know about that.
Yes, he did this whole ceremony. He got on one knee and gave her one ring. Got on the other knee, gave the other girl the other ring. You are now husband and wives. You may kiss your brides, and he did the whole kissing the brides. So, you don't know who?
Excuse me.
You don't know who? Umar Johnson? Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar? So Dr. Umar is the Green. Are you a Green Bay fan, cowgirl? Yeah, he always said he wanted to have multiple wives. So Dr. Umar is a huge pro-black person, which ain't a bad thing. He feels there should not be any interracial marriages. He feels like blacks, if you are a black man and you marry a white woman, or you have messed with a white woman, or whatever about a white woman, that you can't be included in conversations about black people because you have automatically distanced yourself from black people. So he is a very strong pro-black person, and he has a lot of controversial views on black culture and black people and black men and black women. So I would say do some information on him. And I'm not trying to be, hey there, Celeste. And I'm not trying to brush you off. I would honestly say go do some research about him and look up what he stands for. He's been on Breakfast Club a lot, in which he'll say a lot of crazy things up there. Not crazy like it's far-fetched, but just he speaks his mind. He makes a few good points, but at the same time, it's almost like, you're going too far. But it is what it is. So homework assignment for everybody. Homework assignment for everybody. And cowgirl, Green Bay lost. Why are you saying Green Bay? Or are you just answering the question about who's your football team? And I understand that I can't talk about teams losing because I know my team lost as well, but I don't care.
We were all here live for it too.
Y'all were trash.
Yeah.
Cow's cheese. I like green and yellow together. It's a bold choice. All right. So, Cousin D, are we ready for the most popular segment of this podcast?
I am ready. What's up, Celeste? I am ready.
I think people.
The Steelers. You and Neko like the Steelers.
I thought the Steelers won. They lost.
No, they did. They did. Nurse was just saying that her team is the
ball.
Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't watch sports ball. Sport team, yay!
Yeah.
All right, so here we go, people. I think y'all have waited an hour and 26 minutes for this spot strictly. Like, you've tuned everything else out because you wanted to hear this particular spot because this is the most popular thing.
The most popular spot
on this whole podcast, and I'm glad you guys were here for it. It is now time for the Woodbine. Oh my gosh, the horns aren't even working for this. Yeah, I hate my life. Welcome to the Woodbine Poitier scale of black actors. People, this is a weekly segment in which we highlight how great every actor in the world is over Bokeem Woodbine.
Stop it.
And that's it.
Stop it.
That's it.
Ice Cube is worse than Bokeem Woodbine.
I promise you, Ice Cube is not. You know what? We'll do Ice Cube one day, and we'll let the people vote on it. We'll let the people vote. Well,
they can't vote negative, so that's not fair. That's not fair.
They can easily vote zero. They at any point of this thing, they can use zeros. No one has voted zero because everyone knows that if you vote for zero, they're pretty much on the same level as Bokeem, and no one wants to be on the same level as Bokeem. Matter of fact, he's not Bokeem anymore. He's Bo Crap. Bo Crap.
It was Castlevania. And so I had never played, and it was the original Castlevania.
Oh, yes,
never played the original.
Yes, Lurk.
I heard of the second. I heard of it. So that was the second one. And the third, had I played anything in the series? No. So it was Castlevania.
Yes, Lurk. He's never played any Castlevania game. Period.
Yeah, I don't care.
Period.
I don't care.
Oh, now you don't care.
I didn't care when you said it.
Do you?
It's a good anime.
Whoa. Do you care about letting the people down?
I do care about that.
So you care then, because you let 4 people down. You let 4 people down. 4 people had faith in you, and you let them down. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel horrible. I really do. It hurts. It hurts.
Apologize to the people.
Yeah. I apologize, people. The people.
Exactly.
Those of you who voted for me, I want to let you know that your faith will not go unrewarded.
Thank you.
Now, it will not go as rewarded as, your faith in other things, but it won't go unrewarded. So, yeah, there's that.
Whatever.
Yes.
All right, people. So, this is the new week for the Woodbine Poitier scale of black actors. We did a female last week. Female was Alfred Woodard, Queen Woodard. So, this week, we're going to discuss a human being who is one of the most popular actors in the history of black people. And no, Lurk, it is not Forrest Whitaker. I promise you it's not Forrest Whitaker this week.
It should be.
It should be, but it's not Forrest Whitaker. So before we start doing the guesses about who we're going to do, I'm going to throw it out there now. That is not Forrest Whitaker. So please, Lurk, do not type that as your guess.
Motherfucker.
Baron Rufus. Everybody say hey to Baron.
What's up, Baron?
Say hey to Baron. If it isn't the most grimy SOB on this side of the Mississippi.
He just popped in and popped back out. I can't even tag him anymore. Like, you just show up and disappear.
That's what Baron does.
Damn it, Baron. Damn it, Baron. No, not Tyler Perry. Don't you?
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
so mad at you.
All right.
I'm so mad at you.
All right, so
there
here we go.
He is.
Hey, Baron's back. What's going on, Baron? All right, so here is clue number 1. And any answer that's been given thus far, I'm not going to read because I haven't given clues yet. I want everybody to answer as a group. Cousin D, you cannot answer because I told you it was before the podcast started.
Yeah.
All right. Here are the clues. He is the only other actor that seemingly yells in all his movies. Not only did you say Ice-T, you didn't even spell Ice-T's name correctly. It's just letter. It's just T.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I
said,
didn't listen to him as a rapper. I don't like him as an actor.
I said, other than Sam Nurse, other than Sam, he's the only other actor that yells in most of his movies.
I know.
Not Will Smith. Chris was not Chris Rock.
Damn it.
It's not Cuba.
Fuck.
Danny Glover.
Ooh, what about Donald Glover? Boom.
Here is a hard clue that I know will not be received by a lot of people. He has only played or starred in one sequel out of all the movies he's ever made. He's only made one sequel, and it was a fairly recent sequel. Here's another clue. His son,
Chris Tucker, that's a good one.
His son made a confusing ass movie just last year. I repeat, his son made a confusing ass movie just last year.
That's Will Smith again. That's Will Smith. It's got to be Will Smith.
There we go, Baron.
It's got to be Will Smith.
Baron for the points. Denzel Washington. And to answer a question, Denzel, out of all the movies he's played in, Denzel has never made a sequel up until Equalizer 2.
Denzel was guest earlier president, but Mike said he was ignoring all guesses that were made before he started giving clues.
So technically, Celeste did get it right, even though I didn't give any clues.
Yes, Denzel's son is the one from what's it Tenet.
Yeah.
That's Denzel's son.
He was in the movie with I can't think of it. It was on Netflix. There was like a real toxic relationship with him and his other girl.
Yeah, Zendaya. He did the movie with Zendaya.
He's played in a few movies.
Denzel's son has done quite a bit of acting. He was the Black Klansman. That was him. Yeah. John David Washington. He was also a football player, but not in the NFL.
So, boom, Denzel Washington. Once upon a time, all the girls loved him. Once upon a time, all the men wanted to be him. I just want his money. And maybe his hair, because he still has hair. I want his hair.
Yes, I mean, his hairline is not receding. It doesn't look to be thinning. Like, he's winning the hair game.
No. And I wanted to respect him because I really wanted to get the picture of him looking like an old man with a mustache. That everybody keep putting the pictures up, making fun of him. I tried to get it, but I didn't. Or does he? Hey, nurse, whether it's his natural hair or he got something going on, it's more than what I got right now. So I can't say but so much.
Well, and if it's not his natural hair, he needs to call LeBron and Kevin Durant and let them know where they can go to get that shit taken care of.
Yo,
they be looking rough.
Yo, I laugh every time that people say the back of Kevin Durant's head looks like the wrapper from a Reese's cup.
I think the top of Kevin Durant's head looked like the Black Widow symbol. Wow. He need to be charging Disney for all that free advertisement.
Wow. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let me scroll down. So what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna name all his movies because we all know that Denzel has played in a lot of movies. So I'm gonna do some of his popular ones, and we'll go from there. And of course, like I said, once we get through everything, you guys vote 0 through 10.
Denzel 9. Done. 9.
No, that's not a 9. Is that a 9, Baron, or a -9?
That better not be a -9, Baron.
This is Baron, so you never know.
He would never. Baron would never insult Denzel like that.
Baron would insult anybody for the right price, and the right price is free.
This is free. Not okay, thank you. 9. See that? 9.
Okay, so let's
Baron
get into
ain't
it.
Doing that.
Let's get into it. So let's take it back in history to some of the movies that Denzel has been in. Let's start back with 1984, A Soldier Story, which is actually a pretty good movie. Pride Freedom. I saw that in school, in college years ago for a paper. He played Steve Biko. That was actually a real good movie. The Mighty Quinn, everybody. No, we can't just vote for him now. Don't take my power away from me.
Vote now.
Don't take the power from me. The Mighty Quinn, him and Robert Townsend. Wow, your mama mean. He is mean, little cowgirl, just like he demonstrated right now. I'm sure that your mother is a lovely person, but yet he talks about her. Glory, everybody. Glory. Good old Glory getting whipped and hitting that one solitary tear come down his face. Heart Condition. Who has seen Heart Condition? Has anybody seen Heart Condition?
Denzel didn't even see Heart Condition.
Heart Condition was a good movie. Him and Bob Hoskins. He had died of a heart attack, and he was a ghost helping Bob Hoskins solve a murder. Trash. Everybody here is trash. More Better Blues. I'm about to get y'all on a text. Now Baron's beefing with everybody. How do you get in here, Baron, and beef with everybody right off the bat? How do you do that?
As soon as you come into the room.
Why do you have people hating you the minute you log on? All right, More Better Blues, Mississippi Masala, Ricochet, Malcolm X. So let's say, who here would say that Malcolm X is probably Denzel's best movie ever? Would anybody disagree with that? D?
No. I mean, I'm a huge Malcolm X fan. You're asking a biased person. Don't ask me. I'm a huge fan of Malcolm X, so like, yeah.
Denzel. I got the strange feeling that no female in this chat right now is listening to a word I'm saying and they're just ready to vote.
Well, it can't be any worse than Michael B. Jordan, though. So.
Oh man, but the indecency that was going on in this chat from Michael B. Jordan.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Michael B. Jordan even had me in my feelings a little bit. Like I ain't even gonna lie.
Feelings. So deep in my feelings.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you.
All right, here we go. And now getting all started back up. Nurses already said
I don't find
him.
Denzel attractive. Then what do you find attractive, Neko? What? You know what? Get it. And Baron, if you ever say something like that again, I will find you.
Virtuosity. Yo,
on the low,
I swear. Virtuosity was a good movie.
No.
Virtuosity was a good movie, though.
No, you know.
I like Virtuosity.
Okay. Virtuosity was a good movie. It was not his best role. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let's agree to disagree. Moving on.
Virtuosity was Denzel's American Gangsta album. All right. Now it was Jay-Z's worst album, but it was still a good album. That was his American Gangsta album.
Shut up.
And we'll let it go.
Shut up. The Pelican Brief. Do we all know that Denzel was about the culture at one point in time where he refused to kiss anybody that wasn't black?
Damn.
There was so serious. So there was going to be a scene.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So the Pelican Brief was him and what's her name? Julia Roberts. And there was supposed to be a scene in that movie where they kiss because there was like the romantic leads. And at that point of his life, because he wanted to represent his people on screen in a positive light, he refused to kiss anybody that wasn't black. So they took that out of the script. Yeah, so he wouldn't kiss anybody white. No white women, no blah blah blah. If you want black, your lips won't touch them. So, all right, moving on. Philadelphia. Ooh, that was a good movie. I don't know why. I don't understand why he didn't get an Oscar for Philadelphia. At least a supporting actor. I digress.
We just got done talking about it.
Crimson Tide. Uh-oh. And what came out the Crimson Tide? Virtuosity. Great movie. Great movie.
Virtuosity.
Great movie.
All right.
So Lurk, you didn't even like the young Denzel when he had the mustache and the slim figure. You didn't even like that Denzel? Yo, I remember for years growing up through middle school and high school, people swore up and down that Denzel Washington was the finest black man that God has ever made.
First black man to be voted sexiest man alive.
Hey. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
People mad. He's first one. He's first one.
I guess it is what it is. Devil in a Blue Dress.
Man.
Church Under Fire. The Preacher's Wife. Fallen was a great movie.
Shut up, Baron.
What did Baron say? I was the second. You were the second what, Baron? You was the second.
Second nothing.
Where's your receipts, Baron? Where's the receipts?
Second, saying nothing.
Sexy, no. Attractive, yes.
Although, to be honest, you can't fully trust People because People magazine went from Idris Elba to John Legend So I don't know that I fully trust their rating scale.
I was gonna say bad words about Idris Elba, but I don't want half my chats.
You better not. You better not. You better leave DJ Big Driss alone.
I was about to say something discouraging about Idris Elba, but I don't want half my chat to disappear.
Don't you start.
I don't want the Thanos snap to take away half my chat.
And it will. It will take away half your chat and half your hosting. 'Cause I'm out. You will not talk about DJ Big Driss.
Wow. All I know is Idris Elba without a mustache, he loses all his power. Oh my gosh, D, your sound again. Your sound is out. Disconnect and reconnect. There we go. There we go. All right.
They kicked me out because you were saying bad things about Idris, and they couldn't kick you out because it's your channel.
I did not say one thing bad about him. I just simply said Idris Elba without a mustache loses all his power. I saw a picture of Idris Elba without a mustache, and I tell you what, I wouldn't give it to him, and I'm not even into men.
Need to find mustaches Idris Elba now.
Please,
because all of his pictures do have facial hair.
Please.
Oh my God, I can't. Yes. I can't find one. I can't find it.
Did he scrub it from the internet?
It didn't exist. It doesn't exist. Where's Idris Elba without a mustache? All right, we're supposed to be talking about Denzel, but yeah, I'm gonna find Idris Elba without a mustache.
I'm seeing plenty of pictures of him without a mustache. Where are you looking?
Maybe I'm just looking at pictures of Idris Elba. Leave me alone. Oh my God, no!
Exactly.
Turn it off.
Exactly.
Turn it off.
Exactly. Warn up, Baron. Exactly.
Oh, God.
Pictures of Idris Elba with no mustache.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Moving on. The preacher's wife, Fallen. He got game.
Fucking Christ.
Exactly. Idris Elba with no mustache is the worst thing in the world. Like that's like going to the bar, meeting fine ass Idris Elba, taking him home, doing what you got to do with him, wake up in the morning, and his mustache is gone. Do you really take pride in smashing that, or is it like, yo, I got to go home, I got work in the morning? Like, what do you do?
I mean, if somebody bring it up, I'll admit it, but I'm not gonna volunteer it.
Moving on. Fallen, he got game. The Siege, the Bone Collector, the Hurricane, Remember the Titans, Training Day. So here we go. Here's my question.
What's his beard? Fucking Prez.
Yeah, I'm not shaving this. So Prez, the beard thing, like before I got my current job, I had a trimmed beard. Wasn't anything crazy. Who was raiding me? Oh,
who is Kent Zone Star?
Hope it's friendly. If anything, thanks for the raid. Oh my gosh, thanks for the raid. Welcome aboard.
Well, shouting out Kent Zone Star.
Welcome aboard, everybody. Unfortunately, we're almost done, but thanks for coming along either or. Please follow, join, right the feet at the door, have a seat for the time being. I am your illustrious host, Uncle Mike 80. My co-host. Oh, I called you co-host. My guest host.
Man, damn it.
My guest
almost
host.
There.
My guest
I was
host.
So close.
My guest host. Oh, wrong way. My
damn
guest host, Cousin D. Welcome aboard. We are doing the podcast. We usually have a podcast every Sunday around 10 p.m. We talk about various issues from anything Nerd Blerd related to sometimes serious things. And we wrapped the night up with doing what's called the Woodbine-Poitier Scale of Black Actors. If you don't know, Bokeem Woodbine is the worst black actor in the history of black actors. And we compare all actors, male or female, to his standards, which isn't that hard. Right now we're doing Denzel Washington, if you can already see. So what we do is we go through all of their movies, not saying everything, just the popular ones that people know him by. And then we rate him based off those movies, or just based off his catalog in general. So you caught us right in the middle of it, just to catch up to speed. But either or, where do we leave off? Training Day. So here's my question. Training Day or Malcolm X? In terms of his performance, which one was better?
All right. So can I answer that question
with another question?
With a question, yes. No. All right. Well, then I'll answer it with a statement. I've never seen Training Day.
You what?
I should type it. Okay.
Exactly. Cousin D. What?
There we
So
go.
let's. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
You can't.
If
You
he ever
can't
thought-
just walk in and start firing off on me
Exactly.
like that.
If he thought he was gonna be a co-host,
damn.
that is
Thank
done.
you. Look at all these people who also Nurse. Thank you, Nurse Leah. Thank you, Shelly Jelly. Squad out here. We ain't seen Training Day. We good.
How have y'all never seen Training Day? How is this a thing?
We ain't seen it.
Shelly line.
Shelly lying.
How are y'all? How have you not seen Training Day, dude?
I ain't seen it.
How is this a thing?
Hey, ain't seen it.
I'll take things that shouldn't be said in public for 1,000, Alex. And Nurk, you got a daily double.
Well, the daily double question is: this popular movie has also not been seen by Cousin D.
Shoot, we can probably say a lot of those movies.
What is Friday? What is Friday?
You've never seen Friday either?
I've never seen Friday. What is Friday?
I gotta take these headphones off real quick. I can't do it no more. I gotta take these headphones off. I can't. I don't want to listen to his voice. I can't right now. I really can't right now.
Lurk knows. She knew.
I can still hear
She
you.
knew.
Oh my gosh. Let me unplug my headphones now. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to hear your voice. Yes, play the sad flute.
We could do a whole session on quote unquote black movies that I haven't seen. Like we could do that for a whole podcast because there's a lot.
I really wish it was possible for me to do the rest of this podcast without putting my headphones back on, but I know I got to listen to you because we have to have dialogue. Oh my gosh, dude.
And I wish I was lying to you, but it's just the truth, yo. Just
How
I
have
mean,
you
I
never
ain't
seen
seen it.
Friday?
I ain't seen it. What are you saying to me?
Have you seen any Friday?
Nah. But I've seen bits and pieces of them. Like I get the important cultural references.
So
and it's fine.
so hold on, people. Hold on, people. He has never seen any Friday. He's never seen Friday. He's never seen Next Friday.
Oh, hold on, pause. I did just see last Friday because we were playing Friday Night Zombie Fight during that Friday. So technically I see 52 Fridays a year.
You know what? I was gonna mute you. I don't care anymore. I really don't care. Let's just get this podcast over with. I'm done with it.
Boys in the Hood, yes, that is an affirmative. I've seen Boys in the Hood.
I have nothing right now. I really have nothing.
Hey, Rex thought my joke was funny, and I appreciate that.
I know. I understood your joke. It was stupid.
No, it's good. Rex liked it.
Shelly's never seen what is going on? What is this going on? I am. You know what? I'm gonna use a word right now, and I hope when I use this word, I'm gonna use a word.
Noob.
Hey, Ken Star, thanks for subscribe, man. I'm gonna use a word right now. I'm gonna use a word right now, and I'm gonna hope this word doesn't offend anybody.
God!
I am flabbergasted right now.
Oh no! Did you just say? Did you say what I think you just said?
In the words of the Black Smothers Brothers, in the words of the Black Smothers Brothers from In Living Color, this fall Renalco bullcrap. I'm sick of it.
I can't believe you. I can't believe you would use language like that.
I can't believe you've never seen any Friday movie. You've never seen Training Day. You've never seen Boys in the. You've seen Boys in the Hood. Have you seen
Boys in the Hood?
Have you seen Higher Learning?
Try.
Nope.
You've never seen Higher Learning.
Nope.
And you say it like you're so proud of yourself.
I don't even know who's in Higher Learning. Who is even
Omar Epps?
Oh,
Lawrence Fishburne, Busta Rhymes.
Oh, is that where he goes to college?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I saw a reference to that in "Don't Be a Menace to South Central" when drinking
Yes,
your juice
they
in the hood.
parodied. They parodied
Yeah,
that because when he went to
yeah,
school
yeah,
and they were so proud of him, they shot
yeah,
him.
yeah. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. I seen that.
Oh my gosh.
I seen that.
Let's just keep going.
If it makes you feel
it's
any
not gonna,
better,
it's not
Nurse
gonna make me
Leah,
feel. It's not gonna make anybody
I
feel any
lost.
better.
I'm talking to Nurse. All right, Nurse Leah, I lost mine a long time ago, so don't even worry about it. I've gotten through life just fine without it. It's okay.
So this is what we're gonna do. Next podcast, people. Next podcast.
I need somebody to help me beat my
Really, Baron? Really, Baron? Out of all the times you can play that, you play it now?
Oh my god.
Let's get this over with, man. I gotta get off this thing, man. It's getting late. I'm so sick.
It's getting late.
So next podcast, press. You know how you get on Facebook and you see people have the list with black movies that you should have seen. I'm gonna find that list, and that'll be the entire podcast of me going down that list.
You're gonna be so disappointed. Oh man!
Hold on. Have you
Right.
seen The Color Purple?
Yeah, I've seen The Color Purple, and I've read The Color Purple.
Okay, let's get through this list. I have nothing else right now. I really don't. Like, my motivation of doing this podcast right now is over. I'm so ready to I'm so ready to get off right now. All right. The Hurricane, Remember the Titans, Training Day, John Q, Antoine Fisher, Out of Time. So Out of Time, he pretty much forced a relationship on Sanaa Lathan, which I think that's Deja Vu. I'm sorry. Out of Time was the other one where he was trying to get the money for the people. Gotcha.
Never seen any movie.
I've never seen any movie, period. Man on Fire, Manchurian Candidate. Hey, I liked Manchurian Candidate. That was a real good movie.
It's a really good movie. Yeah. It is.
Inside Man was a good movie. Deja Vu. That's the one where he forced kissed Sanaa Lathan and forced her into a relationship after knowing her for 2 seconds.
Man on Fire is top 5. Nice. Okay.
I'll give you that one. And both you can't go wrong with either or. You can't go wrong with either or. American Gangster. Dope movie. Taking of Pelham 123. Good movie.
That was good.
Book of Eli. I'll tell you this right now,
that was fire.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, and I'm not afraid to say this on the stream. I went and saw the Book of Eli, and that the overall story for that made me cry when I left the theater. I thought it was that impactful.
Okay, nice.
Like seriously, I was in my car and I welted up because I was just thinking about the overall beginning and ending of that movie. Hey, Corrupted Ghost.
What's up?
It's all good, Ghost. We're only gonna be here for a few more minutes anyway, so you're not really missing much. Book of Eli.
You still get your shout out.
He gets a shout out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's see. Unstoppable.
Unstoppable. That was good. That was the one with one of the Chris's, right? The train.
Chris Pine. Yeah, Chris Pine.
Okay.
Good night, Ghost. Thanks for stopping by, man. Flight. Yo.
Flight is a classic.
He was crazy as hell in Flight.
Instant classic. Movie, as soon as it came out, like as soon as I watched it, that was
my man was like, yo, y'all remember to fly that plane? I need an 8-ball and a whiskey and some shots. Make it happen. And my man was flying.
He said, who else could have done that?
Yeah, that was a good movie. So, although they say it's based off real events, it actually is based off a real event. Although the people that was on that flight that did it didn't live through it.
Oh, wow.
So there was actually, and I forgot when it was, but it was, let's say it was like 10 years ago. I don't remember when it was. Let's say it was 10 years ago. There was a flight that actually had engine failure, and the pilot actually turned the plane upside down, hoping that would help with the landing. And unfortunately, it didn't. So yeah, I researched that not too long after I first saw the movie, because I think I went to the theater to see it, and that's when I first saw that. Let's see, Two Guns.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
The Equalizer.
Really good.
I never seen The Equalizer because it doesn't seem interesting to me.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Magnificent Seven.
I like that.
So I'm torn with this movie because I did like the Magnificent Seven, but I'm also a huge fan of the original and then the Eastern version of Magnificent Seven, which is Seven Samurai. So this one, I think they did this one well. But again, I hold this movie at a high standard because I love the source material.
So I think that this movie was served well by the actors that they specifically chose. The
Sure.
plot of the movie was not all that impressive, and I guess maybe that's because
Well, the plot,
Magnificent Seven is such an old movie that a lot of movies have borrowed from it. So there's been a lot of that plot.
well, the
But
plot, yeah, the plot has never changed over the course of any movie they've
yeah,
ever been in. It's the village that needs people to fight the bandits. They come get those
yeah,
guys. They kill the bandits. Some of them die. Thanks for saving
yeah.
the world. Goodbye. So
But
it's always been the
that,
same.
I think the actors made that. Vincent D'Onofrio, phenomenal in his role in that movie.
I love Vincent.
Um,
I love Vincent D'Onofrio.
he's he's such a good actor.
Like,
He really is such a good actor.
I didn't start loving him until he started doing Law and Order.
Oh, okay, all right.
Law and Order was really when I started like really, 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 really loving him because he was such a diverse actor during that. And then of course, looking at him after everything after that, it was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Back at it. Let's get this over with.
Yeah.
Magnificent Seven,
Yeah,
Fences. Never seen Fences. I know what it is. I just haven't seen it.
yeah, I didn't see
Uh,
that one either.
Roman J. Israel Esquire. I worked part-time at a movie theater overnight, and I was fortunate enough to be lazy and sit in a movie theater to watch that entire thing without being needed for anything. Fences was I know it's based
Okay.
off the play, but I've never seen the play or the movie, so
I didn't know it was a play. I didn't even know it was based on a play.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a play that actually stars both Denzel Washington and
Viola Davis.
yeah, they start in the play and they just
Nice.
redid it for the movie.
Okay.
Let's see, Equalizer 2, never seen it.
Wow. That was good.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, he wasn't in that. He just produced it.
Yeah,
That's
he
up
wasn't
here.
in.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him. And to wrap it on up, because the others who have not been finished yet, to wrap it up, The Little Things. I was so disappointed in The Little Things. I thought it could have been so much better than what it was.
I did not watch that. I
You-
have not watched it.
It starts off good. It has a real good premise. And then it just falters at the end
Okay.
because it got stupid. Like, I remember I stayed up to like 4 o'clock in the morning watching that movie and was so upset because, not because I stayed up till 4 o'clock, because I would probably be up until that time anyway on my off days, but I wasted my time watching that movie. So, all right, guys. So we went through a lot. Excuse me. We got off track a huge bunch, but nonetheless, a huge bunch. But nonetheless, we're here. Please now vote. It is your time to vote. 0 through 10. Bokeem to Poitier. Where do we rank Denzel Washington on the scale of black actors? Do it now. Do it now.
Do it.
Do it.
Do
Do
it.
it now. I know Baron
Do
had a
it.
9, so I already got Baron's 9 in there. Lurk with her 9.
Okay.
Nurse got a 9.
Celeste, is that 9 hearts?
Celeste
Oh my
has. Celeste with the 10. We got a 10 in this piece. Yo,
10. That is 10.
that is 10
That is
hearts.
10 hearts.
We
Goodness.
got 10 hearts in this piece. Cowgirl with a 9. Shelly with an 8. Oh, hold on. I got to back up. I messed up. Hold on. 9 for Cowgirl. Shelly with an 8.
Nubians gotta not. We need one of them though, Noob. I really wish we could take both.
You got to pick one of the other, Noob. We can't do this. Nubian, I feel like you do this every week. I feel like every week you give me 2 numbers. And then you wonder why your name is so, like, your name rings with infamy between me and Prayers because you do stuff like that.
She gave you a range. She didn't give you 2 numbers.
Newbies when it's got 2 10s. Okay.
Yeah.
You got Solid with a 9, Prayers with a 9. I'll give Nubian her 10.
Put me down for a 9.
Put you down for a 9. I
Yeah.
feel like we're playing numbers. Put me down for 2 5 6.
Yeah. 15. 30. 35. 40. Boo boo boo.
So you've seen All About the Benjamins, but you've never seen any Friday movie.
Yep.
Trash. No, Nubian, there's no way to plead the fifth because Nubian, every time we do the votes, I'm telling you now, Nubian, don't make me go back and look at past podcasts as you've been a part of. Every time we do the votes, Nubian, you always give 2 numbers.
Oh man.
It's always like 8 and 8.5, 8.5 and 9. And I remember clearly every time you do it, I'm like, Nubian, I need 1 number. Every time someone puts more than 1 number, we take the lowest number. I can't do that because she doesn't. You know what,
No.
Baron? We're not doing that, Baron. Don't listen to Baron. Don't listen to Baron. All right, has everybody voted? I feel like there's a few more people that haven't voted, and that's the case. That's cool, but I want to give everyone the opportunity to cast their votes. I said what I said. Yes, sir. Yes, Baron.
I said what I said.
Yes, Baron.
Funny.
So let me count this up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 votes. Okay. 11 votes out of 18. Not mad at that.
Haters are gonna hate. More importantly, ainers are gonna ain't.
Don't listen to Cousin D. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm gonna give him a 9. I'm giving him a 9. Matter of fact, no. 9.5. I don't want to give him a 10. I would definitely give him a 9.5.
Okay.
9.5 is as good as I can get.
All right. That's fair. That's fair.
All right. Let's give it one more minute. We're at 2:02 right now. So at 2:03, I'll go ahead and call it. So if you haven't voted yet, so you vote in now. If I was able to let you guys use more Blerd points to vote, I would do it. But unfortunately, you don't have that option because it's not a poll. But we can still give it a few more minutes.
Oh no! Did you think Diddy Bob Ross before we started?
This isn't a game.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
It's not Friday, Kent. We're not at Friday yet. You blew your load too early. It's not Friday. You blew your load, Kent. You blew your load. You had all hot and bothered. Think it was gonna be for the long haul. And you blew it early.
Needs to watch Friday. Was there a reference to Friday that played?
Yes, it was the Rebecca Black Friday song.
Oh, okay.
So Cousin D, I will agree with Kent. You played it. I hate it so much. How do you hate the song? The song is hot. Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
You know I can't hear the song.
I know you can't hear the song.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I know you can't hear it. Okay. It's not awful. Trust and believe. There was a point in time where I rocked that. I'm not gonna say religiously, but on Fridays it was a thing. All right, so I think we got what we got. My ears are bleeding, mine too. It's Friday. All right, we got everybody. So out of everyone that voted, we're going to divide that by, let me see, how many Fridays? How many votes we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 votes to include me. 12 votes. So divide that number by 12. And what do we get? Well, if I got to add it up first. Divide by 12. Ooh, I think, people, this is the highest number.
It definitely is.
That we have thus far.
I haven't seen anybody else get that many 9s.
Yeah, did I miss a vote, Kent? I thought I got everybody. No. I thought I got everybody. Okay. You got 934. I got 912.
Either way, it's a 9.
Okay. No, we had a 9. I think we had a 9 before, but I don't think we had an average this high before. Okay, I got you, Kent. All right, no problem. So, people, and I would like to play. I'm clicking on the damn Twitch screen, thinking that's my screen to do all the edits and stuff like that. I'm an idiot. I know I'm clicking on it. Click. I would like to play the drum roll, but unfortunately my sounds ain't working right now. So whatever. So I think we have the highest average thus far for the scale of black actors. Denzel comes in at a 9.1. He is pretty much ear to ear right now with the great Sidney Poitier.
That's where he should be.
But guess who he's in front of?
That's because you made him a 0. You know what? Why don't you let the people vote on Bokeem Woodbine? How about that? How about you let them vote for him?
You know what? You know what? How about this? How about this?
Yeah.
How about this? Next Sunday, I'm going to break the format. We're not going to do a female actor next Sunday. Next Sunday, we're going to do Bokeem Woodbine.
Bokeem Woodbine.
You hear me, people? Next Sunday, to show you how trash he is, We're gonna do Bokeem Woodbine next Sunday.
Now, here's the thing. When the people don't vote, I just have a question. When the people don't vote him a 0, if the people don't vote him a 0, who's your new 0? You need to be thinking about that.
So here's my thing. Understand this. I am Adam Silver. I am what's the guy from the NFL? Goodell. I am Roger Goodell. I am.
That's such bullshit.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, or independent. I'm the president.
What? Noob. I've never heard of or seen any Woodbine movies.
And you're not missing nothing, noob. Guess what, noob?
Damn.
You're not missing nothing. Because
have you seen Life? You seen Life? You seen Life? You seen Life?
I will say this. If I had one movie that I had to rate for his performance, I would give him a 10 in Life. You want to know why?
Because he got taken out of the movie halfway through.
Because he didn't talk through the entire damn movie.
Because he didn't.
Because he didn't talk through the entire damn movie.
You are so reckless to this man.
Because he didn't say one word in the entire movie. And that's the best acting he's ever done.
Here's the thing. Here's what I want to know from you, real quick. Beyonce, better or worse than Bokeem?
I like her in Austin Powers, so I would say she's better.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yo, Kent, you know what? And this brings up another wonderful segment I'd like to do, the up close and personal conversation. Bokeem Woodbine.
Oh my god.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Oh my god.
Mr. Woodbine.
She was really bad in Austin Powers.
Please tune into this podcast every Sunday, 10 p.m. East Coast time. Please tune into this podcast so I can show you how trash you are as an actor. As a human being, I'll show you're a great human being. You're a trash actor.
Trash!
Well, Evil Dave Chappelle, I don't agree with him. All right. I think you're a great actor, Evil Dave Chappelle.
The fact that you call him Evil Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, well, that's what he looks like. That doesn't have anything to do with his acting ability. Beyonce's gorgeous and she can't act. She's beautiful, horrible actress. Bokeem is Evil Dave Chappelle, good actor. Like, what they look like has nothing to do with it. Evil Dave Chappelle, I don't think you're a trash actor. I think you're wonderful. All right.
Either or. Denzel Washington, 9.125. Up there, pretty much hanging with.
Fred said he's going to clip this and tweet it at him. Oh my God.
I saw it.
Mike.
I saw it.
Please. Oh my God.
So here's the thing about that. One of two things are going to happen. I
don't know where Bokeem is from. I don't want this man looking for me.
Actually, as a matter of fact, one of three things are going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, champion shout out.
I saw it. I got you. I'm going to do it. One of three things are going to happen if he clips this and tweets this straight to Bokeem. Either Bokeem's going to ignore it because a lot of celebrities don't read stuff from people anyway. He's going to see it and not care. Or he's going to see it and comment on it, which in turn makes me that much greater because now I'm getting free publicity from a trash actor. I said what I said.
Oh my God.
I said what I said.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Before we wrap it up, being that Jedi is in the building and somebody has cashed in their points for the champion shout out, I shall do what I got to do. Very bold. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Pays off.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Blerd Tribunal podcast, let me introduce to you the champion of the Blerd Tribunal game night, Mr. Remote Control himself, because he turns the ladies on, Mr. Digital. There's your champion shout out, and I'll give you the stretch to wrap it up. There you go. You shout out and you stretch. Got to get the stretch in. All right. Cousin D, I think it was a good show.
Yeah. Good times.
It was a good show. Like I said, people, we don't always discuss serious issues, but from time to time, we like to have a pause for the cause to discuss things that are going out in the world rather than just being us for a few hours joking and tripping about stupid stuff. We talk about something good. So every so often you'll get it. As always, You're a real one for the in-person championship. If y'all haven't seen it yet, my Twitter is below me. Matter of fact, my go to my TikTok. So we all got together for Dragon Con, which was 2 weeks ago.
Eating you too, nurse.
And good night, nurse. Thanks for stopping by. Woodbine is trash. You're damn right he's trash. And I did a champion shout out for my man Jedi in person, which again, I had no problem with doing. My man cashed in his points in person for it. It was terrible in person. How was it terrible in person?
Dang.
Whatever.
You have a good night too, Celeste.
Also, just to let you guys know, I got Lurk at least 5 times with the On the Wings of Love joke. At least 5 times. At least. He fell for it every time. There was never been a time that she didn't fall for it. On the wings of love. Every time. Every time. All right. Great podcast, D. Any final words for the Greek people of the channel?
No final words for the good people. No final words. Oh yeah, no. I guess I'll close with this. If racism ends, don't look for me. All right, cool.
Don't cry for me, everybody. I'm already dead.
No, we have not done Sterling K. Brown, and he is a phenomenal actor.
We'll get to it. So here's what I'm gonna do, people. Here's what I want to do. Whether you follow me up here on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, blah blah blah, shoot me a message about an actor you would like for us to do in the future. Not even just actors. If there's a topic you want us to discuss, an actor, a game that you think Cousin D hasn't played, which is probably a good possibility because he hasn't played any good game, shoot it to me in my whispers here, shoot it to me in my DMs, shoot it to me on wherever, and I will definitely write it down so we can do it for the next podcast. So I'm always looking for new ideas. I'm always looking for new things to talk about. If anything, it gives everyone some sort of a hand in making the show, so to speak. So I'm definitely gonna shout you out if you want to do it. No, not
peanut butter.
Whatever. To the people that joined the chat later on in the during the raid, thanks for stopping by. Please follow everybody in this room, to include myself, Cousin D, Baron, Cowgirl, Kent. Or Kent, you came over here. You can't follow yourself. Lurk, Jedi, Prez, Celeste, Nubian, Nurse. Everybody, follow everybody. So I do have something I want to say to encourage the people to get them through a tough, tumultuous week. And this comes from a great poet that has been entertaining people literally for hundreds of years.
Well, I'ma beat my meat.
Well, I'ma beat my meat.
Really? Really? Really?
I need somebody to help me beat my meat.
Beat my meat.
I can't stand you.
Oh my gosh, it's so hot in this room right now. I'm sweating.
Oh my god, I hate it here.
I'm sweating.
I hate it
Oh,
here.
I'm sweating.
Y'all are the worst.
Oh. We'll be right back. Oh, my stomach hurts so much right now. Oh,
You're the worst.
oh my gosh.
I need somebody to help me beat my meat.
Can't believe you. I can't. I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. I shouldn't be surprised.
That's going to be on the soundboard come next show. And I'm going to make that so many points so y'all don't just spam it. But it's going to be hilarious.
My meat was already on the soundboard.
No, the Robert Kelly one's up there. The Robert Kelly.
Oh,
the
okay.
R. Kelly one's up there, not the goofy one.
Oh, okay.
Who trying to help me? Baron is dead serious about that too. Baron's like, yo, I didn't play that for nothing. Somebody.
Anybody.
Stop through. It's not gonna beat itself, everybody. Oh my gosh. And see, and this is what the podcast will be for another 2 hours.
Oh my god.
If we didn't have a topic to talk about. All right, man. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping through. I see that Leash is on. And Leash is playing Life was Strange. I want to play Life is Strange. I've only played the first one. I really want to play the rest of them, but I don't want to pay for them, and that's on me. That is definitely on me. Baron, if no one else wants to do it, Baron, I'll do it. How about that? Deal?
Man, it must be one of those co-host benefits. Good job, you guys. Good job. You know, at least I'll stay at guest host status. I appreciate it.
Well, you say it like you have a choice.
I'll stay guest host.
You say it like you have a choice. You don't have a choice.
You know.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna edit your nameplate next time. It's gonna say
what?
It's gonna say Cousin D, and instead of your Instagram below it, it's gonna say guest co-host. guest co-host. That's all it's gonna say. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take your name off. And it's gonna say guest co-host. It's just gonna say guest co-host.
Random guy I met on the streets.
Yeah,
he's here. Goodness, y'all are horrible. Don't let him treat me like this.
Well, I'm gonna beat my meat.
Oh my god.
Wow. You know what? Let's go ahead and end the show. I got business.
Oh damn. Okay. All right.
I got some business to take care of. Let's go ahead. And end
I see that. All right.
Thanks everybody for stopping through.
Yep. Good night, y'all. Good night. It's been all right.
Thank everybody for stopping through. I gotta put some clothes on real quick. I gotta go.
Yep. All right.
I gotta go knock on somebody's door and give them the business.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Let me. Oh, and Baron, I will look up your information as well. I have sources. After I take care of the first thing, Baron, I'll come take care of you as well.
Wait. Pause. Pause.
No, I meant what I said. You take it how you want to listen. I don't care. I will gas up and be at Baron's apartment in 2 hours.
Oh no. All right.
And Baron can get this work too.
Okay, well, hey guys, it was fun. You know.
It is what it is. Let me make sure I spell her name right.
This was a good final podcast.
If y'all really care for me, save up your money and put some money on my books.
Put some money on my books.
Because I'm about to tell everybody.
This was a good last podcast, man. It was a good way to close us out.
Absolutely, man.
A good serious topic to close us out. Yeah.
All right, cool. I did it right. All right, so everybody, thanks for stopping through. Next show or next stream again will be Thursday at 11 for a stream night. Don't know what I'm playing, so we'll figure something out. And of course, Friday night zombie fight will be a thing as well. Sunday podcast. The NFL season is really cutting into my retro streams because I wanted to do it today, but I was out watching the games. So
I was about to ask, are you going to be able to do Thursday with the game going on?
We're not playing Thursday, so I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not playing Thursday. I don't mind flipping back and forth, but I'm not going to try to follow it if it's not us. But I wanted to go out and catch some of the games today, hence why I wasn't here at 3 o'clock for the retro stream. But it is what it is. But either way, guys, I'm not going to talk you to death. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the love and support. I really do appreciate you guys. Please take the time to follow everybody in this stream because we're all community and we're a family, and that's what we do. We support each other. On behalf of Cousin D, my man Baron, if he ever decides not to work and be part of the show, and myself, thanks for the love, and until the next time, deuces, and stay tuned for Leash.